You want to start over?
Yeah.
I'm still recording.
No, it's fine. Just leave it.
Keep recording it? Okay.
Alright. Time for our Clomid. 150 milligrams for both of us. There you go.
Thank you.
My last nights. Will you make me my meds, babe?
Of course I will.
Thanks.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready, I think.
I'll put it together for you. When was the last time you put together your own meds?
Last summer.
You know you've done this a lot when there's a last time.
Yeah. How come you're making IVF meds for me?
Because Jill surprised everyone and had a lot more follicles than I did. Well, a couple more follicles than I did. And we're going to have her try. We thought logically she has one tube and I have two. So if we can get her body to respond better to IVF, it makes more sense. So now I'm making the meds.
So, backstory. The other day I went in for my baseline monitoring, my first appointment of my cycle, and they counted 10 follicles on my right side and didn't really look at my left side. And then the doctor determined it was fine to start a Clomid cycle for an IUI in like 2 weeks.
It wasn't our doctor. She was off that day, so it was one of the other doctors. They're all really good, but
not as thorough, I don't think.
well, I don't even know that's that. They just don't know our exact cases. So,
Yeah.
you know,
True.
they don't necessarily know the really specific things to look for like our doctor does.
Yeah.
Same with how she is for their patients, I assume.
Yeah. So I started my Clomid, and then like 3 days later, Sam went for
120, 125 or 150?
150. Sam went to her baseline appointment because our cycles synced up, and they determined that if you have 10 follicles, they would start you on an IVF cycle. How many did you have?
6. Really bad. It's gone down a lot, which, you know, the doctor said it doesn't mean that they're all going to be down. It's just the last few that we've monitored. One had 10 and one had 6, so.
Yeah. Just like last summer, I had 1 or 2 during my IVF cycles, and obviously those weren't very productive, but now I have more. So I went back in yesterday. Yes, yesterday, for another monitoring appointment early morning. And it was our doctor who did it, and she was very thorough, and she found that I had 6 follicles on my right and 2 on my left, so that means 8 total. So still, that's pretty good for me, and more than Sam
She said
has.
there might be more that she like the big ones that she saw in the middle of everything were 8, so
Yeah, so 8 plus. Hopefully there's more, but yeah, so surprise, surprise, I'm doing IVF and Sam's doing an IUI now, which is funny because in our update video, we talked about how the doctor said that I probably would not be doing IVF again, and Sam would be our IVF warrior for the rest of the time. So now it is me for now. If I don't respond, then I won't do an egg retrieval, because it's just not worth it. And
so the way our insurance works is it bills like everything before an egg retrieval is diagnostic and procedural, and it's things that will be covered, but once you get to an egg retrieval, it counts against our like lifetime maximum from them. So if we cancel even like the day before an egg retrieval, it won't count against us, even though everything will be covered. So, and our doctor knows that because we explained it to them, and we're like, we're trying to be strategic because we have one more IVF cycle, and it's not like it's free, it's just a lot less expensive to do it with our insurance coverage than without, so.
yeah, so we'll see. I'm gonna go through this IVF cycle. I'm gonna do my meds that Sam is putting together for me right now, and we will see. My next monitoring appointment is in 3 days. They probably won't be able to tell much from that because it'll be very early, but I will be going through my story, doing the IVF diary that we've done before. Sam has done 4 before, and this will be my 3rd time doing all the meds. If I get to egg retrieval, it'll be my 2nd egg retrieval. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
It's ready.
I don't want to. Alright, time to hike up the dress. Yes, I put shorts on for the occasion. Don't mind the quarantine chub. It was there before quarantine. Alright. It's been almost a year since I had to do this in my stomach. I think I prefer the butt shots though.
Do you?
Yeah. I can't feel them as much. Only a couple times. Okay, make sure you let this dry, because it might hurt.
Are you going to be able to prime that while holding up your dress?
It's not
Oh, okay.
magic. Okay. Which one do I want to do first? Let's do this one. I don't like Menopur, it kind of burns.
You only have 1 shot. No, it went in there.
Oh, it went in?
Yeah, our office has you do it so that you put all of that
I forgot.
in there. Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, you've not done it with this office
No,
yet.
so this is my first time.
So when I made the
doing
shot,
IVF with this office.
I put they have you put the Follistim in with the Menopur powder, and then a little bit of the solution that they use.
The saline.
Yeah. So it comes out to be about the same amount of liquid, but some of it's Follistim. So you just get 1 poke and not multiple ones right now. Actually, you never do. So when you have to use like the Cetrotide or Ganirelix, they have you put that in as well. Yeah.
Forgot, because I've not done it with this clinic.
So it's just one
So,
poke.
last time I did this, oh, and it's a tiny little,
You can't even see the needle.
good. It hurts though. I don't like
Did
this
you
one.
prime it?
Yeah, sure I did.
No, you didn't.
No. Ha, there it is. Alright. I don't like this. I don't like this. Usually you would think I'd be able to pinch this.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh. Okay, in the past I used to like freeze myself with an ice pack,
It's
and I
just-
didn't do it this time, and I'm regretting it. I'm scared.
Do it.
No, it's been a year and
You
I'm
want me
so
to count
scared.
for you?
No, I won't do it.
Don't make it like the first time we did this.
I feel like it is. I'm so nervous. I'm like sweating right now. Never mind, the AC is out and I'm sunburned.
It's 90 degrees and the AC is out.
This is gonna hurt
Just do
so
it.
bad.
Please. Not so bad.
Okay, really did-
Wiggle your
wasn't bad.
toes. She's wiggling them.
Burns! Ow.
Keep going. Push it in.
Ouch, Jolly. Ah.
Well done. Good job.
I heard you're supposed to leave it in for like a second after you're done to make sure it's all in. Now I have to wipe up.
Because Jill takes
Hmm.
a baby aspirin
So I
for...
bleed like a mother.
Yeah, watch your dresses. I don't want it to get in there.
Hey,
Hazel, don't jump.
No, just wait, baby. Oh, man, I'm such a baby. Glad we got it on camera.
You don't have to use it.
No, I will. Okay, so that's how Jill takes a shot.
Love you.
Love you.
Good morning. The sun is shining, the breeze is cool. It's the last day of May, and I am on my day 6 of stims. I went to monitoring 2 days ago, and then I went this morning. So 2 days ago, it was my day 4 of stims, and I was surprised to find out that I am actually responding a little bit. I had 3 follicles growing. One was at 15, one was 13, and I believe one was at 12. So I was really excited about that and trying to not get my hopes up that this is actually kind of working. And then I went this morning and I had, I think, 3 or 4 really progressing. So the largest one was at 21. And then I had another one at like 16, 14, there might have been a 12 in there, and then on my left side, they thought they saw one at 11. It's hard because with my fallopian tube removal, there's still like little bits of the tube attached to the ovary, so it's hard to tell if it's a follicle or if it's a piece of a fallopian tube. So the doctors have pretty much said, like, let's not bank on any readings from the left side, but I think on the right is actually doing pretty well. So I'm shocked. I am completely shocked. Last summer, my other IVF diaries that you can go watch if you've not seen them, I'll link them above here. I started off with like 1 or 2 follicles. Anybody who's familiar with the way IVF goes or the way monitoring goes, you start off with your antral follicle count, and that's like the potential for follicles that can grow for a cycle. So my antral follicle count was very low last summer, and that's what was so scary. Like, we didn't know if I would ever have a higher number. So this time it seems to be working, so hopefully we keep progressing. Sam and I have decided that we probably will do an egg retrieval if we get 5 or 6, which we're hoping we can get, because then that means that hopefully we can end up with hopefully 1 or 2 embryos. It just really depends on what follicles are mature, if they fertilize, if they grow, if they're strong. We don't really know what the quality of our eggs are. We only know how many we have. So we will see. If we end up getting some embryos, I am able to do a transfer, but it might have to be a frozen transfer, not a fresh one. So typically, if you're ready to get pregnant right after an egg retrieval, you can put one of the embryos back in 5 days later, 3 or 5 days, just depending. But my progesterone has been high this cycle, so the doctor thinks it might not be the best condition if I just put an embryo back in, because my progesterone could be a little too high. And since we've done that ERA, the receptivity test of my endometrium, it tells us that I need a certain amount of progesterone, and if it's too high right now, then it could be too high for an optimal transfer. So if that happens, we'll just freeze the embryos and put it in whenever we can lower my progesterone and then give me the correct amount. So we will see. I go back tomorrow, which is kind of shocking, but I think they want to make sure that we don't lose the dominant follicle, which is the 21 millimeter one. So if that gets too big, it'll be just too mature and it won't work. So I think what we're doing is we're just trying to make sure we catch that one and let the other ones get a little bit bigger, a little bit more mature. If we are going forward with egg retrieval, we will know tomorrow, and I will probably be taking my trigger shot tomorrow, which is Ovidril, and that will make me ovulate 36 hours later. So my egg retrieval will be Wednesday morning, which should be the 3rd of June. So I will update tomorrow and let you know if I'm having an egg retrieval. Good morning. It is Monday morning now, the next day, and I just finished up at the fertility clinic. Looks like the doctor wants me to go ahead with an egg retrieval if I can, and if everything looks good with my blood work. Of course, we won't know that until another hour and a half or so, but as far as everything's looking, she said it probably is better just do an egg retrieval, see what we get. This is a great response for me. She's like, what if we wait for another cycle and I have response like I did last year? So I've got my 3 loaner Ovidrils. Our clinic will allow us to borrow an Ovidril, and then when we get our prescription, we can just give it back
at the time. They're not really worried about it. But apparently our clinic does 2 for an egg retrieval, which our old clinic did not, so I was a little surprised by that. And then 1 is for Sam because she is probably doing an IUI in 2 days. So if she triggers tomorrow, it'll be the next day. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see what the blood work comes back as. It looks like the 3 that have always been growing are the ones that are the most dominant, but it sounds like there are a few others just right behind it. So today the largest one measured at 19, even though yesterday it was 21. I'm sure it was just different angle. That happens. But I heard there was a 19, an 18, a 17, and then there was one that was like 14. On the other side there was like a 12, and then several smaller. So I think what they're gonna have me do tonight is 1 more night of stims and then trigger tomorrow, just to see if the rest of them can catch up. They're worried about the largest one either over maturing or just ovulating on its own because it's too big. So I think that's what they're gonna do. Something that the doctor mentioned was that people with diminished ovarian reserve, their eggs don't seem to handle like long stimulation as well, which was really nice to hear because last year we both did IVF cycles at our other clinic and they had us stimming for 2 weeks plus. Like, it was long. It was a long time to be taking the meds and watching them grow slowly, and didn't fare well. As you know, out of all of the egg retrievals that we've done combined, Sam had 1 embryo, and that was the one that didn't work. So it is helpful to hear that they don't recommend long stimming for people with diminished ovarian reserve. So we are a little surprised. I did Clomid for 5 days, and then I did stims. This is day 7, 8 now. So it's not a long time to be on IVF medication. So I don't know. We'll see what the doctor says when she calls in about an hour and a half. And I assume I will be doing 1 more night of injections. And then tomorrow I get to give myself 2 injections so that I can trigger my ovulation. And then ovulation should come 36 hours later, which then they will go in and retrieve the eggs. So I guess that's what's happening. We'll see. Okay, so it's 9 p.m. and I'm taking my 2 Avadril shots. They said that they want me to trigger tonight and do an egg retrieval on Wednesday morning. And then Sam gets the 3rd one tomorrow. She's gonna bring it with her and hopefully trigger tomorrow. Yeah, so this is kind of exciting. No stims tonight, just trigger. And then tomorrow, Sam and I actually both have monitoring. And I'm just going to get my blood drawn, make sure everything looks good for an egg retrieval. And Sam's getting monitoring for her IUI. So that's what we're doing. I've gotten a little bit more used to giving myself shots. Still don't like it. There we go. I don't remember what this one feels like, so I'm not really excited about it.
2 is a lot.
I know, I don't want to do 2. I always stand on the foot that I'm shooting. That's a little dull. Doesn't hurt though, which is good. Okay, should I do the other side? Yeah, I should probably do the other side, right?
Yeah, but I think you're bleeding.
I am. Alright. Trigger number 2. It's happening, Hazel. I like that it doesn't hurt as much.
Is it in?
Yeah.
Good job.
This one's burning a little bit. I think I'm just in a sensitive spot.
You're done.
Okay. I'm triggered. Last shot of IVF round 3.
Let's see how this goes. Good morning. Where are you going?
Good morning. I'm going in for my egg retrieval. I just texted them and they told me to come in and come to the front desk.
So. I can't go with her, so this is where I'll be.
Yep. Luckily, our friend lives not far away. You can go chill with her.
Yeah. Good luck, baby. I love you.
Thank you. All right, we're hoping for 5 or 6 eggs. That is a pipe dream because they've only seen 3, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna get good results.
Let's get 2 embryos, okay?
Yeah, that's
2 good
goal.
embryos.
That's a goal.
That's my goal.
All right, text me,
goals.
call me, keep me informed.
Mwah. Love you.
I love you so much.
Wash your hands. I'm dressed and ready to go. My eyebrows are crazy. Okay, I have my Obama socks on for good luck underneath my surgical socks. And I get to keep my lucky fertility bracelet on. So that's awesome. Guys, I just got news. We got 5 out. I'm so happy. I can't believe I'm out of anesthesia this quickly, but as soon as I heard 5, I just perked up and I had to FaceTime Sam and have some apple juice and some animal crackers. Now I'm ready for a nap, but oh my god, 5. So, I know that's not great for a lot of people, but for me, I'm very excited about that.
So I am just pulling back up to our fertility doctor. I went over to our friend's house. She lives about 5 minutes away. Thanks, Alex. And just went there for like, I don't know what, 30, 40 minutes. I stayed in the parking lot for a little while. And then Jill called while she was in recovery and told me that we got 5. So it's exciting. And now I'm getting our girl. There she is, coming back.
I'm ready for a nap.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Fantastic.
Good.
Cool. You recording me now? Oh, hi.
Doing?
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good. I left you a message, but I also just wanted to, talk it over with you guys and then see what you're thinking as far as transfer.
Yeah.
So 2 are mature, but both of those 2 fertilized. So,
Yay.
So 2 embryos. So what I guess we would typically do if we have 2 embryos, is we would put them both back on day 3.
Okay.
That's one strategy. The other strategy is let them go to blastocyst and just transfer them if they look good on day 5. The thought of doing a transfer on day 3 is, regardless of what they look like, we think that the uterus is a better culture system than the embryology lab. And even though the embryology lab is really good, should we transfer them on day 3 and let the uterus continue to be the culture?
Okay. Do you think that my uterus would be a great condition, but with the amount of progesterone that I'll have by then?
Yeah, right. I think so.
Okay.
I mean, we can't tell, so we can't do an ERA in the fresh, with the fresh cycle because we don't, go through the whole ovarian stimulation process, just to do an ERA. So we don't know exactly.
Okay.
But we started the progesterone, a little bit early. So hopefully that will help make the timing right.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the best? Like, what do you think is the best thing to do?
I think we should put them both back on day 3.
Okay.
Cool. That's what we're doing then.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah. Honestly, we want to do what you think is best, and
Okay.
we totally, we've heard that before, that the uterus is a better you know, place for embryos that are growing, and at this point, we'll do any and all of the things.
Yes, we will.
Yes, so we are perfectly happy with that, so thank you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. You're welcome.
So you said Saturday? Okay.
Saturday, yeah. So we'll give you a time tomorrow and let you know what time.
Okay, perfect.
So you'll do the Metrogel tomorrow night.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I swear, Kelly did not tell me last time. She did not tell me. So when Jamie was like teasing me, I was like, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I don't think I was told.
No. Okay.
But thank you. Yes, Metrogel.
I'm gonna make sure you do it.
And then the day of Valium and the progesterone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, so will I hear from one of the nurses?
Yeah, you'll
A
hear from
time?
one of the nurses tomorrow. Yeah, Jacqueline will be in the office tomorrow, so she'll probably give you a call tomorrow and let you know what time.
Perfect.
All right, awesome.
Thank
See you then.
you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy shit.
How do you feel?
I don't know.
You're excited because you want twins, so you're like, oh, perfect, put two back.
I have not told this doctor I want twins because it freaked out our last doctor a little bit. But I mean, like, I hope we have twins. If we don't, I just hope we have a baby. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like,
Yeah.
it's not just like the idea of twins, it's that putting in two means you're like doubling your chances of like at least one working.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I would want both to work, but beggars can't be choosers at this point.
It's crazy that they're gonna put two, but it's day 3, so it's not like they're not
Yeah.
gonna be blasts. They're just embryos.
Yeah, I mean, there's no.
And hopefully they both continue to develop
Yeah.
to day 3, because you know we've had them fizzle out around day 3 or 4. Well, I have before.
But who knows? Maybe they wouldn't have fizzled out if they were put back in.
Or if they
earlier.
weren't blasted so strongly with.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this protocol is just completely different all around. Like,
Yeah.
they weren't blasted with medicine. They weren't overstimulated at all. And I don't know. They were just completely treated differently. Like, in your cycles, they were blasted with medicine and kind of just watched to see if they would make it to day 5.
Yeah, like, do you remember my last cycle last summer? They were going to do, there was 3 growing, and they wanted to do a day 3, they were thinking, because of my response from the previous time. But then I remember we got a call saying, they're actually doing really well, let's do a day 5.
I do remember that. Yep.
And then we didn't.
Oh yeah, it's when we both had our retrievals.
Yeah, and I
And
wish
they were
we
like,
kind of
Jill,
would
you got
have.
nothing.
Yeah.
Sam, you got some.
I had 6 out, 3 fertilized, and they were all growing on day 3, and they looked great. And I kind of wish we would have put 1 or 2 of them in.
I know. And
Because then when we did put one in, the other ones had not fully stopped growing, but were almost, had slowed. They weren't where they should be.
and that office didn't really give us like a conversation about it. It was just
No.
kind of like,
This is what
we're
you'll
doing.
do.
We're gonna put this embryo in you. Good luck.
Yep.
So there was no conversation of like, do we put 2 in? Like, they're not looking great.
No, they had strict rules. If you were under this age and hadn't had more than so many miscarriages or more than so many failed transfers, they would only ever do 1. So,
You have to prove your infertility before
yeah.
you
Which
get treated like you're infertile.
this office is like, oh, you guys are infertile AF, so.
They're like, damn, like, we just want to get you pregnant. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
crazy. They do things really differently.
Yeah, I appreciate
is nice,
it.
yeah.
because It's like they believe that we really are as infertile as we are. So
Yeah.
it's helpful. Like,
Yeah, well, we are as
I know,
infertile as we
but
are.
like, I feel like that office was just so big and so like such a machine.
Yeah,
They were just
the
like,
doctor was
no.
great and clearly extremely well read and educated,
Yeah.
but they just were so big that they had to go through the board of directors in order to change protocol.
I
And
know.
this place is like a much
They're like,
more
we're gonna
relaxed
do
place.
whatever is best for you. We're gonna do what will work for you.
Yep.
If this isn't seeming to work, we're gonna do this. So that's really nice, and I'm just surprised. Day 3 double embryo transfer is insane to me. Like,
Wah.
I don't know, it just kind of feels like maybe we'll actually get a baby out of this. Like, all the cycles were like, I don't know.
Fingers
like,
crossed.
It could work, it could not work. And then this time it's like, it could actually work.
I'm just nervous about you having a twin pregnancy if that happened because of your heart condition.
I'm gonna be the cutest twin.
You will, but it's a
pregnant
lot
mom
for your
ever.
little heart. And
I'll be okay.
that's all. That worries me.
Okay, because a lot of twin pregnancies end up in C-section. So
That's a major surgery.
I know, but it would probably be better for my heart than pushing twins out.
Yeah, it probably would.
I'll be okay.
You better be.
My cardiologist cleared me for pregnancy. I'm
better.
sure multiples is fine too.
You better be.
I'll be okay.
You
But
don't have a choice. You better
let's
be.
have twins. Like, let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's have any babies.
Let's have just a baby, please.
Yep.
Please.
All right. Well,
This is the end of our video, and if you have not subscribed, click subscribe, because looks like we're gonna have twins. Probably not, but subscribe and stick with us, and like this video. Share this video with others, because we are the worst lesbians in the world, and everybody should see us, because we are an anomaly. So share this video, like this video, leave us a comment down below if you think we're absolutely insane for doing a day 3 double transfer. We're not.
we're just doing what the doctor said.
We are. But yeah, we're just doing what the doctor said. Yeah, and watch our other videos. Bye.
Like